Hi, everyone, and thank you for turning into CPAC Day 2. I'm Liz Willis with Right Side Broadcasting Network, and we have the one and only Charlie Kirk. Charlie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. You bet.
I'm good. How are you? That's the big question.
Doing great. Yeah, we're fighting hard.
This is crazy. You have like a whole following.
Oh, yeah.
Is this pretty typical at CPAC for you?
I think so.
I love that. So many people appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
And for those who don't know, if somehow you are unfamiliar, you're the founder of Turning Point USA.
That's right.
One of the largest organizations, and I believe, correct me, did y'all just have, it was America Fest.
It was America Fest.
The largest gathering of conservative youth in the country?
We had 10,000 people. It was incredible. Next year will be even bigger. So.
Did it meet expectations, go beyond?
It blew it away. Yeah,
wow.
For sure.
So what's next for Turning Point or for Charlie Kirk? What are you up to right now?
We're starting high school and college chapters all across the country at Turning Point USA. We're doing our podcast every single day. You guys can subscribe to our podcast. We do 3 podcasts a day.
Killing it.
Yeah, thank you. 1 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. Working very, very hard. So just going to continue to expand, and we want to get our country back. We want the citizen to rise.
Do you have any expectations? What do you think primaries are like? Do you have any candidates you're watching right now?
Yeah, so personally...
of course.
Yeah, not Turning Point.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I endorse J.D. Vance in Ohio. I like him a lot. So I have my eye on that race. I hope he does very well.
Okay.
Arizona Senate race will be interesting to see. I haven't endorsed anyone, and I'm not going to. I know everyone running really, really well, so I wish them all the best. But look, I think I want to see strong MAGA candidates win. I want to see candidates that are in the tradition of Donald Trump, that are America first, that are young, that really kind of get it. And I think we're going to start to see that.
Now, switching back, I know I'm going back and forth, but back to Turning Point. Do you think that there's you see a lot of the youth is what I'm getting at here, the conservatives, the high school, middle school, college. Is there hope?
There is
for
hope.
The future of America? Because right now a lot of people are lacking that hope when they're looking at what it looks like.
There is hope. I'm starting to see the citizen rise in a very, very special way. And look, young people have been so damaged by the lockdowns, by all these things. I mean, we have a suicide crisis in our country. We have a drug usage crisis in our country. We have an alcohol crisis. And a lot of it can be traced back to the lockdowns and the generational theft that happened. So this is why I propose a national recovery program. I think we need a national recovery program where the adults of the nation come down and try to empower young people to do the 3 things that create conservative citizens, which is be able to buy property, get married, and have children. When those 3 things happen, you have more conservative voters. So I said this from the stage, which is we need to stop talking about tax cuts and say, how do we make it easier for young people to own a home, get married, and have lots of kids, whatever that might look like. Absolutely.
No, I think I've seen you tweet that once or twice before. Yes. And I'm like, I haven't done any of those things. I really need to get on it.
Well, that's okay. It's not your fault.
It's
hard, though. And this is the point, is that I'm not saying this critically to young people. It's that it's expensive to buy a home right now. Right?
It's horrible. Beyond horrible. I think it's like, at least 20%?
20 to 30%. I don't know where
over market.
You're...
I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah, so it's crazy. And it's not going down because we inflated the currency. And rent has probably gone up, right?
I'm not even going to mention what I pay in rent.
Right, and so,
horrible.
But what this does, and you're a conservative, so you're not going to become a left-winger, but I want you to imagine, though, if you weren't as informed as you, and you see your rent go up $800 a month or whatever, which is happening in Phoenix, you can't buy a home, you become a socialist really quickly.
I would.
And I'm trying to warn conservative, older people, you don't understand how expensive and how hard it is for a young person to just survive right now.
It seems impossible. And even if I think I'm making money at some, I'm like, oh, this is nice. Like, this is a lot of money. It has gone so fast because of the rising inflation.
Food, travel, all of it.
I'd like to think maybe I wouldn't be a socialist, but also, I think it also gives us hope. So what I'm noticing with some of my liberal friends, and maybe you've seen it as well, but people are starting to wake up and look at what policies they've put into place with the Biden administration, and that's kind of waking...
No, totally. I completely agree. I just think there's an even bigger opportunity, though, to say to the young person that's paying too much rent and is not having kids because it's too expensive, we're the party that's going to make it easier to do those things.
Yeah.
So there is no conservative out there that can say America looks worse when more young people own property, get married, and have kids. America becomes more conservative when that happens. But instead, we're creating a generation of renters. It is the least property owning generation in history, the least married generation in history, and the least children in history, right?
Yep, that's me.
Well, but I'm
just kidding. I make jokes.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just saying, though, but you're part of a society that was designed that makes it hard for those things.
No, absolutely. It's difficult.
And we need a national recovery program to make it easier.
I think so. I think it's a great idea. what you're doing is huge too. I've some of your staff at Turning Point, I've been able to watch them move to Arizona and work for you for a little bit, buy a house or buy some
Yes.
property, and I love to watch girls my age. They're just absolutely flourishing,
Yes.
and it's because of some of the opportunities
Thank
that
you.
you've been able to give them. So, I mean, thank you for what you've done
We
for them.
have a lot of staffers that have been there for 5 or 6 years, and they're finally able to own property, and it changes the game for them.
Yeah, it changes the life.
That's right. Now all of a sudden, what they're paying in rent would actually go into the bank account of building equity.
Yep, as opposed to shredding it.
That's right, which is
how I
rent.
feel about
It's
it.
disposable, right? You're never going to see that money again.
And now, what's the next big event? Is it Young Women's Leadership Summit? Is that
That's the big one.
next big one coming
Yeah,
up?
so that's the next big one that will be similar to this kind of vibe. But I have my campus tour coming up. We got all sorts of stuff coming, but
Wonderful.
that's the next big one.
And okay, tell everyone again, how can they follow you on social media? Where's
Yes,
your podcast?
Just one thing. If everyone takes out their podcast app and types in Charlie Kirk Show and subscribe, that would be amazing and greatly appreciated. We're doing 3 podcasts a day. We might be doing a live stream tonight if Kiev falls. We'll see. Andrew's wincing
shouldn't.
and in pleasure. And
Well, I'll be watching if that happens.
yeah, I think that live stream will do really well if we do it.
Hey, let us know. We'll take it out. We'll
So,
produce
so that would be greatly appreciated. And if you guys want to get involved with Turning Point USA, it's tpusa.com. Start a high school or college chapter today.
it. Yeah. Shameless plug. I'm an ambassador for Turning Point USA.
And
So
a good
is-
one. Great one.
Thank you. You heard it from him first. And Grace Saldana as well, our editor-in-chief. So we're so thankful to
Thank
have
you.
you on. And honestly, for all the opportunities you've given us,
Thank you.
personally and professionally at Right Side Broadcasting.
Thank you.
So thank
We
you.
love RSBN. You guys are phenomenal. God bless you.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
All right.